At the University of Pretoria at the TICS Aquatic Centre, and we're talking about swimming this morning, as I mentioned, and you can see Kaylene Corbett is with me. She's a breaststroke specialist in the 100 meters and 200 meters. We're talking about the mindset, the discipline, all the other things that relate to swimming. We can speak about the records, we can speak about times, but at the end of the day, when it comes to being an elite athlete, it's what do they do when they're not in the pool behind me. And in fact, our world record holder and champion Tatjana Smith is also training behind us. This team is trained by Rocco Mering, and it's actually the reason that Kaylene, who was born in Bloem and lived in PE, Gqeberha, came up to Pretoria to train with Rocco. So let's get into it, Kaylene. You know, we're just chatting about all the things that you have to do, all the training you have to do. You did so well in Singapore now in 2025. Before we get into your goals and your aspirations, just give people a sense of what your training regime is like. You train twice a day most days, right?
Yes, yeah, twice a day, most days, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday one session, and Sunday we have the whole day off. So big sleep in and church in the morning.
The entire day off. How lucky for you, because that is something that's rare for many athletes. You guys are pushing yourself to the max, and you just said church now. Is that a huge part of what keeps you mentally, emotionally, and then obviously spiritually grounded?
Yes, of course. I think my faith, Jesus, like he's just the best. It's honestly just an incredible experience to be a Christian and to be in that community and finding a community that really works for you. And I think that's what swimming is as well, is it's a huge community, and just, you know, being able to share in a community is a big thing.
You're part of the new dawn of swimming in South Africa. I'm sure you're learning from Tatjana and other athletes as well. What are things that you guys implement to make sure that mental well-being is balanced with the discipline and the hard work that you require in order to be some of the best swimmers in the world?
So recently I've powered up or teamed up with Powerade, and they have this slogan called Pause is Power, and it really has been a huge change for me. I mean, just being able to be in partnership with them and realizing that they put such a big emphasis on pausing and making sure that you take a pause, whether it's right after a big competition, taking a couple days, a couple weeks, you know, like really taking time for yourself, making sure that you're okay. And that's where, like, you know, faith and Jesus and God comes in as well, because that's like moments where you pause throughout your day, whether it's spending time with God or whether it's spending time with like your family members or in nature, or I mean, how lucky are we to train in a pool like this? So yeah, it's really just about pausing and taking some time for yourself as well.
I think you're mentioning such important things, because you also, despite not wanting to think about it now, you do want something beyond your career. You want to feel safe and secure that it's not just about the medals, it's not just about swimming. There's so much more to Kaylene as well. What else do you do to make sure that this is not consuming every minute, every second of your day?
Yeah, like I said, faith is a huge part for me about me as a person, and really something that I cling to and anchor in my life. And then I'm very passionate about psychology, so I did my undergraduate in B.Ed Foundation Phase Education, so love kids. And currently I'm doing my honors in psychology, so yeah, very passionate about psychology, about people, about kids, so yeah.
What has your studies in psychology taught you about maybe handling failure? Because as much as you want those mountaintop experiences, you need to learn to navigate the valleys, right?
Yes, of course. I think it really is a huge thing, like really just pausing. And it's weird that you know, that Powerade, the amazing team that I have behind me, they encourage pause. So it really is it's about pausing. And I think psychology especially is about that. You know, whether I see a psychologist maybe on the weekly. So, you know, like taking that time for your psychology and your mental health to reboot, to set some time for yourself, whether it's, you know, alone time, a walk in nature, a swim without like your coach around, where you just get to focus on being in the water. It's so good for you. So there definitely is stuff that you can implement to keep your mental health, you know, good.
What types of tips and strategies would you have for young swimmers in not only becoming maybe more disciplined and consistent in their training, not just in the pool but in the gym, but then also their mindset and focusing on the goal so that they actually can achieve that which they want to?
I think making sure that you keep you don't eat an elephant in one bite. It's making sure that there's small little bites that you take every year, and making sure that the chunks get smaller and smaller to reach your goals. So setting small stepping stones is a huge thing for me. So I definitely would encourage, especially young kids, to not give up on their goals, to like make sure that if you have a huge goal at the end of your career, like don't let that overshadow the small increments that you're taking, the small steps that you're taking towards that goal.
So let's go to the sport. What do you have on the horizon? What's planned? I know you have more medals, world records written down in some book or on some poster in your room, but what are the immediate small steps that you're taking that you can share with our viewers?
So next year it's a big one. It's Commonwealth Games. So I'm very, very excited about Commonwealth Games. Commonwealth Games is very special to me. And I mean, in the previous Commonwealth Games, Tatjana and I shared the podium. So I wish that she was there. But you can't have everything that you want. But definitely Commonwealth Games. I would love to just, perform and do well and represent the green and gold. And it's always just such a privilege.
Well, we're excited to see you swim. We've been chatting to Kaylene Corbett. As I mentioned, she's a breaststroke specialist. She's represented South Africa at Tokyo and Paris. She loves the Commonwealth Games that's coming up. But I think such an important takeaway that she shared, especially with our young swimmers out there. If you want to achieve what she's achieved, take it one small step at a time. And who knows, maybe you could be joining her here at the Tuks Aquatic Centre under Coach Rocco Meyering.